You can hear the roar here at the United Center. Welcome, everyone, to a brand new season of NBA basketball. We get ready to start the season in style. Along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. We've got an Eastern Conference battle ready to get rolling, and the Chicago crowd wants some love from their Bulls. So here's Miami's starting group. Hardaway is out there with the natural. And there's the bulldozer. Then there's Grant. And it's Mourning in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now, here's Grant. Here's Hardaway. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And really smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. He's giving up too much size to be effective inside.
Showed nice basketball IQ. I agree, Greg. I mean, if he finds his spot on the perimeter and doesn't force it, I think his outside shot will be hard to block no matter who's defending.
And so it's the Heat getting on the board first. 5 to shoot. Here's Pippen. Drops in the layup for 2.
I tell you what, he has, for the brass in Chicago, signed that 5-year deal over the summer. Was easily one of the most in-demand coaches available.
Here's Rice after the made shot from Scottie Pippen to the left side wing. Fires from 18. Got a hand on it, and he's able to get it back. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. On defense, the Heat. Break for Hoiberg. It's his first job as an NBA head coach. Now, we know he played. He's been a part of an NBA front office. Clark, he came from Iowa State, where he honed his coaching skills and was highly respected.
Yeah, very much respected, particularly as an offensive coach. And we know the Bulls are pretty solid defensively, and he'll be looking to ramp up that offensive approach for that team, and I think he will.
Now here's Hardaway. Passes to the bulldozer. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And the Miami Heat have finished in the top 2 spots or better in each of the years the big 3 were in town. Last season that changed as they would end up 10th in that Eastern Conference.
2 shots. And for the Heat, once the bullies of the Eastern Conference, they had a lot of trouble keeping up with other Eastern Conference teams.
Kevin, they finished 25 and 27 against the rest of the conference. Played under 500 against the East at home, which really negated their chances for the playoffs.
The first free throw is good. For a franchise that had so much success under his tenure, there was sure a lot of friction with Tom Thibodeau, and the Bulls front office surprised a lot of people, I know, including yourself.
Yeah, you know, it's not something that you see often, a winning coach at odds with his GM and president. With how often their differences came up, though, you knew something was afoot.
And with Thibs, he did end up getting fired from the Bulls this past season. Some saw it coming, but still, I think surprising given the level of success he had. His imprint is all over this Bulls team and the way they approach the game.
Here's Hardaway after the made shot from Scottie Pippen. Screen by Grant. Feeds it to Rice. Mourning a screen on Jordan. Shots good by Rice. Rice has got his first points in this one.
And when you look at how Thibs got fired, I mean, there are a lot of reasons why a coach can be let go. I mean, he didn't have any performance issues, but apparently clashed in some form or fashion with the front office. Sometimes that's all it takes to be asked to go somewhere else.
I tell you what, you better watch out, fellas. He is on fire here today.
Hardaway kicks to Grant. Cannot hit. Now Chicago takes it the other way. This game against Miami here, their first look at the Heat.
And looking back to last season, they won this season series as you'd expect.
Yeah, there's a reason they were a playoff team. I mean, they beat the teams they were supposed to. We'll see if they can do it again tonight. I don't think you can say enough about the quarter he's having. Every one of his attempts has gone down.
The dish to Mourning. pass to the bulldozer. Back to Mourning. Good ball movement here by Miami. Shot clock at 5. The Heat need to get a shot off. Hardaway for 3. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Outside Harper. And Jordan has it in the corner. He's covered by Grant. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
That's his first personal foul.
Bulls shooting their first free throws here for the night.
At the line for the Bulls, 2 shots.
That free throw missing. The Miami Heat came up short last season in hopes of getting back to the playoffs. Clark, their road record didn't help them much.
Yeah, 17-24. I don't think you can be that far under 500 on the road and hope to play in the postseason.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Wennington, he's checked in for Longley. Kukoc comes in for Scottie Pippen. And Kerr's subbed in for Harper. That's off as well, so he misses both.
And how about for the Heat having the best road record of any team that didn't make the postseason in the East? But as you said, struggling on the road will sink a team battling for a playoff spot.
Here is Shaw. A floater, that's good. Shaw's got his first 2 points of the night. For Chicago, they've gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Rodman kicks to Jordan. Rodman with a screen on Smith. Off the screen. Can't get it to go. And Miami the other way now.
You know, one final note, guys, on the Heat and their road losses. They ended up going only 2-8 in their last 10 road games of the year. That was a big part of how they fell out of the 8th playoff seed.
Jordan with the bucket.
You know, he'll make you scratch your head and throw your hands up as a defender. I mean, you just don't know how to play it.
Brown outside. Smith against Kukoc. Kukoc with the steal. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. And then Jordan slams it in.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant. This guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
And that last replay courtesy of Kia. 44 seconds left in the first quarter. It's hauled in by Brown. The Miami Heat come into this one following a loss to Orlando. Misses the lane. Chicago leading. Right side, Kukoc. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Here is Shaw. To the paint, big smooth. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
Nice pass. He got the ball right into his teammate's shooting pocket. On time and on target.
Kerr with it. Here's Jordan. Jordan with another miss. Smith. The shot is off. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. It's Chicago. They lead by 2. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back.
Come on with it, with it. Me and you getting it on, don't even go there. Come on with it, with it. Come on with it, with it.
And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
That mid-range shot has been a weapon for them up to this point, though.
Something else they've been able to do so far tonight is earn those tough points in the paint.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So the Bulls 5 right now. Pippen is out there with Tony Kukoc. Then there's Harper. Then there's Brown. And it's Longley in at the center, locking down the middle. Just 4 to shoot. Shoots it. It's Pippen with the drive. And the jumper is on the mark. Pippen's got the lead up to 4 now for the Bulls. Chicago was as strong as they would have hoped for last season at home in the United Center. A lot of big wins for them here.
Yeah, and despite all the injuries, they go 27-14 at home, and that helped to assure them of home court in the first round of the playoffs.
2 shots, gentlemen. You know, you look back on the Bulls' record last year with 27 home wins. That's pretty solid. Same exact total as they had the year before. They haven't gone below 500 at home since 2008.
And a big part of why the Bulls are tough at home is this crowd. I mean, sold out every game last season. Led the league in total attendance for 6 straight seasons, averaging over 21,000 fans per game.
Well, you look back at the 2015 Heat, and the injuries are what probably brought that team down. We can go from Chris Bosh with the debilitating blood clot on his lung and on and on and on. The loss, of course, which was not an injury, of LeBron James. There are a lot of moving parts with that team.
And that's a great point, Kevin. If you take any star off of teams, things are going to get difficult. It was impressive that the Heat still managed to stay competitive once Bosh went out.
Now here's Pippen. 10 points for him. On the wing, Kukoc. And it's Mourning with the rebound.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Shots just don't fall.
Hardaway against Harper. Shot clock at 6. Hardaway kicks to Mourning. He dishes it to Rice. Pulls it up. He nails it, and we're tied up.
You know, Bosh was the big injury hit for the Heat, but they had a lot of other injuries as well. I mean, had to use 31 different starting lineups last season, and 20 different players started at least one game.
Here's Harper after the Heat pick up 2. Pass to Pippen. From the arc. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Pippen's got 5 points now this quarter.
Kevin, he's definitely making his presence felt here in the first half. He's been very effective so far.
And injuries are something that you can't plan for, but you can prepare for them. And hopefully the Heat can avoid injury woes this season. If they can, they at least have players who have been through that struggle last year.
Now, here is Mourning. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him.
And that's not the best of shot selection there. The defense definitely won that possession.
Yeah, I think in that case, you've got to go elsewhere with the ball. You just can't rise up over the top of him when he's on you.
Harper against Hardaway. Harper's shot's good.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Hardaway kicks to Grant. Here's Rice. He's guarded by Harper. Tries from 10. Not enough on that one as it misses.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one. And what a gutty play. I mean, muscles his way to the rebound and then just pounds it home for the putback.
Well said, Jay. The battle on the boards, Clark, could go a long way toward deciding this game.
You know, and if that play is any indication, that's a battle they're willing to put every ounce of their energy into winning.
Now here is Hardaway. Scottie Pippen unable to get his shot to go. Hardaway against Harper. Outside Hardaway. Off the left rim and out.
And good defense there to play up and get a hand in the face.
Well, he's got a tough mindset. He's confident as a defender. And when you combine those two things, it makes it real hard to score on him.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
The Bulls have not yet made a free throw in the game, 0 of 2 so far.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
And you can't take those numbers lightly, fellas. I mean, their free throw shooting made a difference for them in a lot of their games last season.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Wennington, he's checked in for Longley. Rodman comes in for Tony Kukoc. Michael Jordan, he's checked in for Scottie Pippen. And Kerr's subbed in for Harper. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Bulls made the postseason for the 10th time in their last 11 seasons. Last year, they have become a fixture, Greg, in the playoffs in the East.
And how about last season, Kevin, had that interdivision matchup in their first round against the up-and-coming Bucks. Some hiccups for them in that series, but they were able to prevail.
Looking at Miami, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Magic in Orlando. And that one's good. And it's 6 points for Big Smooth.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
Now here's Rodman. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Marley against Jordan. Miami grabs the miss.
Awesome defense. I mean, he'll hit those unless you're right in his grill.
Marley with it. Picked up by Brown. Nice shot by Smith.
You know, maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot that he can afford to give.
Kerr dishes to Brown. Left side, Jordan. Now the pass to Wennington. Here's Marley. And the go-ahead bucket, no good.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
Dishes it to Brown. Pass to Wennington. Tries it from the top of the key. They grab their own miss. Rodman. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot two.
Yeah, the defender all over it.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
He'll take his third and fourth free throw shots at the game right here.
At the line for the Bulls, 2 shots.
That free throw missing. Well, Greg, after a run of 10 playoff trips in 11 years, the Miami Heat missing the postseason last year, they'd end up a game back of the 8th spot.
Yeah, and what's hard for the Heat, Kevin, is that they were in the playoff picture for most of the year. And as the season wore on, they slowly fell out of that top 8.
Pippen's checked in for Chicago. He doesn't get the second one.
You know, guys, for the greater part of last season, it appeared as though the Heat were playoff bound. Even with the players they lost, most figured they would be playing postseason basketball.
And one reason why the Heat did come up short in their playoff aspirations, they were very poor against other teams in the playoffs. So only went 15-31 against teams that had made it into the postseason last year. And really, the Bulls weathered a lot of injuries last season and still had a good showing in the East. Came away with the 3 seed when many thought they would sink down after missing so many games from key players.
And the free throw is good, now leading by 1. And the Bulls did end up with the 3rd seed in the East, 33 of their 50 wins last year, Clark, coming in the Eastern Conference.
But it wasn't an even distribution of those wins for the Bulls. Against their own division in the Southeast, they played 500 basketball. They got their good in-conference record from feasting on the Atlantic teams, taking 16 wins in 18 games against that division.
That's good. Smith's got 5 now.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Kerr, the pass to Pippen. It's Chicago with another bucket. But Clark, we've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
Yeah, we sure have. I mean, it's been a bit of a windshield wiper game. I mean, back and forth, the lead has gone 5 times, so no one in clear control yet.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game, just a matter who can catch that momentum.
And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Bulls lead by 1. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Thanks, Kevin. Coach, what do you think the team needs to do differently on the defensive end in the second half? Well, a little bit more activity. We just have to be committed to what we do. Our identity to be aggressive, but more consistent with it.
Coach, thanks for the time. Gentlemen, back to you.
Thank you, Doris, and we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And an exciting time of the year as the first game of the regular season is halfway through. It was a closely contested first quarter for Chicago. At the end of the period, they held a 2-point lead. They were outscored by just a bit in the second quarter as they go into the break now holding just a 1-point advantage. And Kenny, what did you think about what you saw from Chicago?
You know what jumps out at me? Their efficiency on the offensive end. They shared the basketball. Good shot selection. They showed a lot of patience, and that patience will be tested the rest of the way.
And Shaq, your thoughts on the Heat?
Well, how about that contribution they got from the bench? Nice. Those are some much-needed points, and it keeps them right in the game. I wouldn't be surprised to see him dig a little deeper into that bench. Some games you just got to go with the lineups that are working and just improvise, Ernie.
And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game is about to get underway. Kevin Harlan has the call.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. What can you say? Scottie Pippen, an impressive effort here today.
Always been a dynamic scorer, and we saw in that first half the entire repertoire on display.
Yeah, he's a hard man to keep down, and so far they haven't found the answer for him. I don't know if there is an answer for him, quite honestly.
Chicago leading on the floor for Miami. They've got the bulldozer. Warning is out there with Grant, and it's the natural, and it's Hardaway in at the one spot.
Well, I think it's been said about 1,000 times now how Coach Spoelstra started as a video coordinator with the Heat, but he's been with the organization for so long, they are starting to become synonymous.
Here's Rice on the money from 12 feet away. Rice has got 6 points. The Bulls shooting a tremendous 61% from the floor, hitting at all cylinders. Harper kicks to Pippen. Takes the 13-footer. Lonzo Mourning grabs the miss. Mourning's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. As you said, Spoelstra has been with the Heat for so long now in his 8th season. He was handpicked by Pat Riley to lead the team, and Clark kind of molded him in his image.
Yeah, and it was clear that Pat Riley believes in him and continues to believe in him. Coach Spoelstra has had very high expectations on his shoulder ever since taking over the team, and he's actually lived up to it. That's a terrific sequence at both ends of the floor. They block the shot and recover it for the fast break finish.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game.
And, obviously, there's some things out there he does not like and wants to talk it over.
Well, Greg, you played and you envision yourself as a coach as well. Well, sometimes you make some adjustments. look here at the Heat, how they ranked in the NBA last season. 6th in opponent points per game, 11th in field goal percentage. And they were in the top half of the league in steals as well. Pretty impressive.
And back to their ranking in terms of opponents' points per game. Kind of an old school stat, but sometimes pace of play can factor in. But make no mistake, they made things difficult for their opponent.
First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. Here's Grant. The shot no good. Good work defensively by Rodman.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Here's Jordan. And he banks in the layup. And it's a 5-point Chicago lead.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
Here's Rice. 6 points for him. Grant kicks to Rice. Good ball movement here by Miami. Down to 5 on the shot clock. For 3. But they'll get another chance.
Yeah, the offense scuffling a bit to start this second half. Only 1 for the first 5.
Hardaway against Harper. Tipped away. And stolen by Jordan. In transition, here come the Bulls. And it's Pippen with the jam.
And you can sense the momentum really starting to swing their way.
Yeah, they're taking charge here. I mean, there's no question about it, Greg. And the lead, I think, is just going to continue to grow and grow from here. Guys, the Bulls' defense was as stout as ever last season. A big part of that is they have guys that challenge you inside and at the rim. Even off the bench, all of their bigs are mobile and protect the basket.
Just 5 to shoot. Mourning dishes to Rice. No good from Grant.
Now that's terrific defense at the rim. Got right in his path.
And you know they'll be conscious of him next time they take it inside, too. I mean, that's what really good defenders do. They make you think about their presence.
Mourning against Longley. That misses off the backboard. Talking about the Bulls and their rim protection, they had the lowest opponent field goal percentage on shots right at the rim.
And it helps when you compare 7-footers down low. It's not just the bigs, though. Even the perimeter players will track back and challenge at the rim. Really a total team effort.
A 3. He feeds it to Rodman. On the money with the open jumper. Rodman's got his first bucket in this one.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
Here's Rice. 6 points for him. Kicks to Hardaway. To the paint. Here's Grant. And he is flushed down with a nice jam.
And really nothing like a good old-fashioned throwdown to get a team going.
And, Greg, they do need to get going. They wouldn't mind, shaving a couple more points off that lead right away.
Well, if the defense keeps giving up easy baskets like that, it won't be a lead for long.
And the first timeout of the game called for Chicago. Check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, Kevin, I was able to listen in on what the head coach of the Chicago Bulls was going over in his huddle. He was intent on running the offense through Jordan. Coach detailed the ways to ensure he's the one in charge out there, with the ball in his hands and the rest of the players falling in line behind him. Probably a good time to make some changes with a good chunk of the second half still to go, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thank you very much. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Pass to Big Smooth. Here's the Beast. Here's Big Smooth, guarded by Jordan. Smith the pass to Big Smooth. On the wing, Marley. Here's Big Smooth. Longley grabs the miss.
Major defensive lapse right there. He's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You've got to stay attached to him. You're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
Kukoc. And again, no good by Chicago. The Heat trail by 7. There's 57 seconds left in the third. Here's Smith. And that one's good. Smith's got 7 points in the game.
And when you've got that much of a size advantage on your defender, that's how you take advantage of it.
Jordan inside. He's against Smith. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
Jordan with a good game. He's got 10 points, and he's added a steal to his stat line also.
You know what? The number is not huge, but he has been doing some valuable defensive work for them.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
Free throw good, Jordan. And so Jordan nails both of them. 40 seconds left in the third. LeBeast passes to Big Smooth. There's the pick. Here's Marley. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
And finished off by Longley.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-hander.
In transition, here come the Bulls, pushing it up.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And, Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
The third quarter comes to a close. It's the Bulls up 9. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. Well, welcome back as we get set to start the fourth. They've got Tony Kukoc. Harper is out there with Brown. Then there's Longley. And it's Pippen in at the small forward position. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Hardaway kicks to Marley. 6 on the shot clock. Pulls it up. And it comes off the front of the rim. Last game for the Bulls, it was a loss to Detroit. And the lead now, double digits on that bucket. Harper's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the Bulls. Hardaway against Brown. Outside Hardaway. Morning dishes to Rice. Morning passes to Rice. Good ball movement here by the Heat. Ring shot on the way. Rebound by the Bulls. They'll be off to Charlotte for a game against the Hornets. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Kukoc from outside. And it's Rice with the rebound. The Heat trail by 11. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
The feed to Marley. Lets it fly from 18. And again, it's the Heat missing. The Bulls leading by 11. Here's Pippen. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
We've seen Scottie Pippen doing his thing. He's got 17 points, and from long range, he's hit 1 3-pointer.
And when it's all said and done, I got a sneaky suspicion he's going to have a few more.
For the Bulls, 2 shots.
No good on that one. The Bulldozers checked in for Miami. And the second free throw, good. The Heat trail by 12. Now a timeout called by Miami.
Yeah, too many easy buckets coming from inside, and I think he wants to make that a point of emphasis.
I would certainly think so. I mean, if they keep giving up those kinds of easy looks inside, they'll be in big trouble.
Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Guys, over that last break, I listened to Eric Spoelstra address his team. He is not pleased with the score and implored them to try to make a push right now, saying, "We don't have time, fellas. If we can't make a dent soon, I'll have to pull the plug." Pretty blunt, Kevin. Back to you.
Stolen by Pippen. And another fast break for Chicago. Bulls running. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with this.
Pretty devastating, actually, to turn the ball over like that and surrender 2 more points.
Yeah, you can ill afford to make mistakes at this juncture. It might not be impossible to come back, but it just got all the more harder.
Hardaway kicks to Mourning. 5 on the clock. Feeds to Rice. Puts up a 3, and that one's good.
Such a height mismatch out on the perimeter, and they give up the triple.
Chicago leading by 11. Outside Pippen. Inside Kukoc. The shot's good on the assist by Pippen.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Hardaway against Harper. Hardaway kicks to Mourning. Sinks the 15-footer.
You know, as soon as he recognized the height mismatch, he immediately...
Ball. Come on, good basketball there. Clean look from that range. He's got to take it.
Chicago calls timeout.
Yeah, saw some things that just weren't working for them and wants to make some adjustments.
Yeah, and no reason to wait around to do that, Greg. I mean, you might as well make those adjustments right away.
Find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Guys, over that last break, I listened to Eric Spoelstra address his team. He laid out their priorities for them, which began with his admonition that offensively they attack the basket at every opportunity. Another part of what he said to them centered on his desire to see them shooting the ball every opportunity that presents itself. He said, "Fire away, guys. You've got the green light." A few late-on-the-fly adjustments as the situation gets more desperate for them. It's going to be a tough hill to climb, guys.
And thank you for that, Doris. And there's the foul. It goes on cool hands. And that'll be his third foul so far. In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Bulls.
And they haven't been pushed around in the paint at all in this game. They have been the aggressors.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
The Heat trail by 14. Hardaway up top. He's guarded by Harper. Grant dishes to Mourning. No good. And it's Chicago the other way. Outside Harper. He kicks it to Rodman. Screen by Longley. Grant against Rodman. Here's Jordan. The Bulls keep it alive. Outside Harper. There's the dish to Jordan. Second chance shot. And that's 2 points on the layup. Jordan's got 10 points here in the second half.
3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. The defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Guys, they are getting exposed in terms of their low post defense.
Hardaway against Harper. Hardaway passes to Grant. Here's Rice.
Yeah, clearly he hadn't established his position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
.130 left in the fourth quarter of this one, and out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Bulls.
They never settled for mediocre shots.
No, they didn't. They found their way inside effectively all game long. Penetration always produces results.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. Outside Pippen to the middle. Here's Harper. And that one's good.
And now we can see them really working it inside.
Yeah, Clark, quality looks at the rim. That's fueling this run.
Mourning kicks to Hardaway. Screen by Grant. The pass to the Bulldozer. Shot clock at 6. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
Well, he could have earned some style points there, but he really doesn't need to use the fadeaway when he's that wide open.
Harper kicks to Jordan. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Now here's Pippen. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. Shoots it up. And it's Mourning with the rebound. And here's Miami. It's a 16-point game. Hardaway against Harper. Pass to Grant. Stolen by Pippen. Harper kicks to Pippen. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but we have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
Yeah, they were the superior team in every department, in every category to me, Kevin. I know their fans loved it and appreciated it.
And that about does it for the first game of the new NBA season. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. Now we'll go to the studio with the award-winning Ernie Johnson.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Many thanks, Kevin. And now a chance to check out some of the tremendous play tonight from our Jordan player of the game.
His accuracy from the field was pretty eye-catching. I mean, if he was shooting the ball, it was going in. You rarely see a performance like this with this crazy high shooting percentage. Wow.
They asked an awful lot from him tonight offensively, and he delivered. When they needed a big bucket, he was the guy they turned to, and he delivered, like I said. I mean, this guy was unbelievable. He did not shy away from the moment.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports.